Welcome back to another 4th of July special break video here at Pro Wrestling Throwdown. We talked comedy in the last video. This time, we're going to talk about moments in wrestling that we can never forget. Defining moments that we as fans remember, that we recall well. I've got a couple. These guys got a couple. Let's talk about those moments. Let's talk about, as you're watching, when it happens as a fan, the stuff that sticks out in your mind the most vividly. Max?
Well, obviously there's several.
Oh, yeah, dozens.
One thing that when I started thinking back, one thing that sticks out more than anything else is when Stone Cold dropped that steel beam on top of the DX Express.
Yeah.
And I remember it very, very clearly. I was around a lot of construction stuff when I was a kid, and he had the whole Austin deconstruction on the side of it, and it sticks out real clearly. And there's well, Luke likes to tell me a little bit about this.
The story was back then SmackDown was taped on Tuesdays.
Yep.
It wasn't live.
Triple H didn't want
Break
to
the third wall. Wasn't live. What had happened was they brought DX out to the ring in front of these people.
Yeah.
And they cut this big scathing promo. Austin shows up on the Titantron or the SmackDown Vision, whatever they called it. And he does the whole gimmick. And he's going to drop this big-ass beam on the top of the DX Express. And he hits the lever. Nothing happens. Hits the lever again. Nothing happens. So, Triple H, Vince McMahon, and all these people are in the ring losing it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're in front of a live crowd, nothing's taking place. So, Triple H basically grabs a microphone and cuts down everyone in the front row so that we can get some time in the back. Well, finally, they get it running, but it's dropping like water runs. Just... basically what they had to do is in post-production, they had to fast forward the beam dropping and then set off the...
A beam doesn't drop like it does in the movies at 100 miles an hour. You can't actually do that.
No. And then, of course, after they set the pyro off as it just trickles.
Yeah.
So the crowd, they had to have done something to muffle the laughter.
Yeah.
In the crowd, because they had to have been losing it.
Yeah, I remember that. That's one of my big ones.
Yeah, that's
a big SmackDown.
That is a big SmackDown. It's a huge SmackDown moment. It's also one of those very rare times that even in that time period where they utilized real special effects for moments, and I love it when they do shit like that.
That was right, I believe, after he caught. Was it Billy Gunn got caught in the bear trap and
when he
threw trapped
BG James in
the room with the rattlesnake in a bag.
He caught Road Dogg with the leg trap that held him upside down.
Yeah.
He was hunting them all night.
Didn't he have X-Pac taped to a chair?
Didn't he?
Or something like that?
Shot one of them with a bow and arrow, right? Or shot an arrow at them or something? I don't remember. I thought he had I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
I remember the gun with McMahon where he had the bang.
And McMahon pissed himself,
there was a whole series.
My dad and I, that one I remember because I got a spanking. Because we were watching Raw, and God, I was probably 8 or 9 at that time. Probably 8.
Yeah, I was in my teens.
And Stone Cold holds the gun up, and it goes bang, and he pisses all over himself. And I looked straight at my dad, and I was like, holy shit, he pissed himself! And as soon as I said it, I was like... And my dad
those moments where you open your mouth and no!
And my dad just looks at me, shakes his head, and he's like, stand up. Worth it.
Totally worth it.
He didn't spank me hard either. He was like, can't say it.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man. Luke, you got one for us?
Yeah, defining moments. I have to predecess it is the NWO come back in 2002.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was brought out as the new leader of the NWO. First time he had been on television since getting clean.
Since clean, yeah.
They had this whole big thing they were going to do with the NWO, and 3 weeks into it on Monday Night Raw, Kevin Nash blows his quadricep. They have to end the whole thing.
Yep.
So, Michaels is backstage. They do this whole thing about DX getting back together.
Yeah.
They all go to the ring in the new DX shirts, and they are, you ready?
Yeah.
And this, that, and the other, and they get ready to, let's get ready to... And Triple H turns around and kicks Michaels in the stomach at Pedigree's.
Yep.
Setting up one of the greatest storytelling things ever. That Michaels gets attacked backstage. No one knows who did it.
Yeah.
He comes out the next week. He's like, "You did it, Hunter. It was you." And we're gonna fight and this, that, and the other in SummerSlam. And that SummerSlam match means probably more to me as a wrestling fan than anything, because like he was the guy that was cut down.
He's the biggest Shawn Michaels fan I've ever met in my life. 4
years, hadn't gotten the ring except for one exception in '98. He wrestled in TWA.
Yeah.
For some kind of hardcore match. Didn't take any bumps.
Well, he did like the special guest referee spot with Triple H and Rock.
Yeah.
Where he super kicked the Rock. And
they brought up the idea. He's like, I think I can wrestle.
Yeah.
I want to do it with McMahon. Of course, Triple H hears this and he's like, why would you do it with Vince? I'm 10 times the wrestler Vince is. What you do, if you're going to do it with me. I can keep you safe.
Yep.
The match goes into non-sanctioned. There's no expectation going into the match other than these guys are going to fight. And instead of a street fight, which it was labeled as, it's one of the best wrestling matches I think I've seen since.
And it led to their 3 stages of hell match.
Well, it was only supposed to be a one-off deal.
Yeah.
And it led to the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
To which Michaels won the World Heavyweight title for the first time.
And wore that god-awful, ugly brown gear that wasn't finished.
It wasn't finished, but it looked like shit tights, is what it looked like.
Like he just rubbed shit all over his fucking
around
legs.
the top part of the tights, fantastic looking.
Yeah,
the rest,
and then it's
shit Mankind Brown. Won the title. Mankind Brown. Won the title in the Garden.
Yep.
And then, of course, went on to drop the title and this, that, and the other. But that street fight for me was amazing.
Well, and you think about it, too, that street fight is what really established his return, which led to an amazing, extra 8 years of him just being the top guy.
You spoke about the shit tights. How about the fact he had a Dutch boy haircut?
Oh, I forgot about the hair, too.
Cut his hair to here, thinking, well, I had my one match, that's it. And Vince McMahon calls him right the day after.
He cuts
and it's like, hey, you want to win the title in the Garden? And of course, Michaels is like, yeah, I can win a title. Why not? And if
I do nothing else.
That was the last singles title that Michaels held until he retired.
Yep.
With the Taker. He held the tag titles with Cena.
Yep.
That was it.
Yeah.
End of an era.
End of an era. Speaking of end of eras, the thing that I'll never forget is Brock Lesnar breaking the Undertaker's streak. I want to preface this by saying, I don't care what Taker says, I don't care what Vince says, I don't care what Heyman says. The streak wasn't supposed to end. Brock Lesnar went for that 3 count, that cover, and Taker just forgot to kick out because he was out of it. I am sticking to that.
That's exactly
until then of
take
course
that to his grave.
Of course, they have to own up to it. They have to be like, "Oh no, it was all planned." The fuck it was. You're a dirty liar, and Brock Lesnar's a piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. But I remember.
I hope he watches this
video. Yeah, right. Him and Ken
He lives in Marion, Illinois.
I think Brock Lesnar is a wonderful person.
Hold on, let me give you his phone number.
Yeah, we're not doing that again.
Oh man!
But the thing was, the thing that I remember the most about watching it, and this is one of 4 WrestleManias we haven't watched together in 15 years.
3.
One of 3 WrestleManias we haven't watched together in 15 years. I remember watching it, and I literally just said to someone, "It's not going to have Brock Lesnar and Taker having a match."
Okay, hold on. The reason that there was 3.
Yeah.
One was, of course, the Taker Brock was because we couldn't be in the same place at the same time.
No.
Logistically.
Yeah, logistically, yeah.
The first 2 times, on the other hand, was because Shawn Michaels was wrestling The Undertaker, and we literally couldn't be in the same building.
No, we watched the first one. We didn't watch the second one together. The other one we missed was the year that Ronda Rousey, the women's main event of WrestleMania. We didn't watch that one together.
Yeah, the second one...
we literally had to watch at different houses. And as soon as The Undertaker retired Shawn Michaels, all I did was text him all night long and gloat. Because he's the biggest Shawn Michaels fan in the world, I'm the biggest Undertaker fan in the world.
He believes in a dead guy.
Fuck you. But anyway, I literally just said to somebody, don't worry about it, the streak's not going to end. And
Will! You said it to Will. No, I said it to Will.
No, I wasn't there. Yeah, I was at home. I said, don't worry about it. The Undertaker's not going to lose. And then as whoever it was one of my kids, I think, was leaving the room. F5, 1, 2, 3, and all they heard in the hallway was, what the fuck? And I just sat there like this, like...
You know that black gentleman that's in the front row with his eyes all bugged out? That's him.
I was just... And I immediately called him and was like, what the fuck? Just, what? No! It was just...
You actually tried calling me twice because I tried calling you at the same time.
Each other. Yeah, I don't know. That's one that I'll never forget because one, even if it was supposed to happen, which it was not, but even if it was, what a surprising, just nobody saw it coming, nobody expected it. And the other thing too was...
It didn't happen.
The energy falling out of the arena after it happened made Daniel Bryan winning that night all the better.
Yeah.
Because they got their redemption with that victory. And that's the only reason you could even, like, remotely justify the fact that it was booked that way because Vince knew that reaction was going to come.
It didn't even happen.
However, it wasn't supposed to end. I don't care what anyone says.
The moon landing was fake.
No,
there's some evidence, but no.
But that match.
The other one that I'll
the people in the ninja outfits are actually ninjas.
Fuck the ninjas. All right, y'all. That is going to wrap this up for our 4th of July break-in. Stay tuned. We got another one coming right up to you.